Hey friends, welcome back to Ball Homestead. Today we're going to do a little garden tour for this week, but I wanted to show you what I just picked on the way into the house. We got our first China Jade cucumbers, and I'm so excited because these babies are so prolific. Once they start, they just keep going. We also got a small picking of rattlesnake pole beans and a few of the Mayflower beans. So I'm going to show you what those look like. Here is our China Jades. They kind of go a little crazy. They're a longer, skinnier cucumber, but they are so prolific. We ended up getting 4 today. I broke one in half. But we got 4 beautiful cucumbers. We got a sweet pepper, and we got a nice handful of the rattlesnake pole beans. And see, they have like a purple hue on them to make them look like a snake, I guess. They turn green when you cook them. And then here are our Mayflower beans. I was gonna break one of these open. I probably could have left these a little longer. I wasn't quite sure because I've never really got a good harvest of these little beans, but this is what they look like on the inside. They could plump up a little bit more. Next time I'll leave them alone. Now we're gonna head to the garden. Here you'll see we pulled all those onions up, and Wayne has trellised those volunteer tomatoes up. Those we don't know what they are. They just came up this year. Here we have those Mother Stollard's lima beans Wayne planted, a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. They are looking so wonderful, guys. All of our tomato plants are just loaded with fruit, and we are looking forward to our first fresh tomato. Here we have our rattlesnake pole beans. They are just loaded. Once they start coming off, I feel like we'll get a bunch. I just picked the bigger ones because I didn't want them to get tough. And I'll snap those up and put them in the refrigerator so that when we get enough, we'll have a nice mess. Here are those China Jades. And see, I'm going to show you here. Here is a small one. In just a couple of days, that baby will be huge. Here's one down here as well. And like I said, these things are so prolific. They just really put off a ton of cucumbers. That's why I love them. Because if I want to have a cucumber, I just like to snack on them. I can have one for months with these China Jades. Here's our Mayflower beans. These finally reached the top of the trellis, and they are covered in beans. But you saw that I did pick those a little too soon. I got a little too antsy. But I only picked like 4 or 5 of them that looked really fat and plump. But I'm going to leave those until they get really plump, like they're about to pop. We've been enjoying zucchini numerous times. Our squash is already looking pitiful. Wayne has already been fighting the squash bugs. I don't know what it is, guys. When we lived at our house in Charlotte, we never had a problem with squash bugs. Here it is constant. Constant. But we have really been enjoying zucchini, and I've seen a bunch of yellow squash on these. They're still kind of small, but it won't be long. These tomatoes, guys, just blow my mind. They are loaded up. When they start coming off, we are going to have tomatoes galore. I'm actually already planning what to do. I'm probably going to core and score and freeze a bunch of them, so whenever I have time, I can work them up. That's kind of the plan anyways. Here is our I think it's a sweet meat. It's an orange variety, and it's looking pretty pitiful. I'm hoping that it makes it. I've heard that the squash bugs they kind of fight it better than the smaller squash. I do see some fruit on them. I was looking earlier. This one looks like it didn't get fertilized, but there's one down there. I'm hoping we get some of these because it's so nice to have diversity with your food that you're growing for yourself. Of course, more tomatoes, the silver slicers. Here's more China Jades, guys. I didn't realize I'd planted more here. Oh, anyways, I guess we're gonna have a bunch of cucumbers because I did not remember planting these. And here's these melons. They are just starting to climb well. They are the, I think it's called, it's like it's a green melon, but the center is like a cantaloupe. Anyways, they're really good. We grew them one year and just absolutely loved them. And they were very prolific, so we've got more silver slicers here. They are going crazy. These are just loaded with fruit. I'll let Wayne deal with those because those are his baby. Yeah, those are his favorite cucumber. In this bed over here, I planted some yellow-eyed beans this weekend, and we dug the rest of those potatoes. They were looking pitiful, so we just went ahead and dug those, pulled all the onions. I got them chopped and in the freezer and dehydrated all the tops. I did a YouTube short on that. It's super simple. You can just wash them, cut them up, and dehydrate them. Easy peasy. Our tomatillos are looking lovely also. They are just loaded. I can't wait till these little husks bust open. I am excited about having something that we've never had in the garden before. Here is some sweet potato slips. Wayne has been sticking them in random places around the garden whenever we get a new one ready to go. Look at these beautiful echinaceas, friends. This makes me so happy. So beautiful. Here is the herb garden. Look at this parsley, guys. I've harvested and harvested, and I'm going to harvest it again. This is some feverfew right here. We've got various flowers and calendula down here, along with the lavender. These are some more echinaceas. I'm just blown away at how gorgeous these are. Look at these beautiful echinaceas. Y'all have seen the dahlias. They're so beautiful also. They really showed out this year. And we just have various herbs in here. Oregano, parsley. Look at this parsley, guys. I can cut it and like 2 days later it's ready to cut again. Blown away. I did go ahead and put another batch of basil in the dehydrator with the onions the other day. These lilies have just really showed out and are so beautiful. We have a variety of pink, white, and red. I can't remember the variety. They're a tiger lily, and we saw them online and Wayne absolutely loved them, so we got some. Here is this little hummingbird vine I got at Sarah's nursery, and it is really showing out also with the pretty little purple blooms. I've been trying to get it going in this trellis some, so maybe that the little birds, because we have a ton of hummingbirds, will see them. Oh, friends, I just saw them. These are the yellow dahlias. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh, I'm so happy. Everything has done so good in this herb bed. It is like my little piece of heaven. And there's a little bumblebee flying around. It's just, whenever I come in the garden, I just love looking at it. Love it. Now up here to tomatillo and tomato heaven. Wayne picked quite a few. Look at these jalapenos, guys. They're almost up to my chest. They're so tall. These are absolutely loaded with tomatillos. Just loaded. I mean, there's probably hundreds here on these plants. They're just everywhere, and the tomatoes are taller than me. When I walk through here, a lot of the tomatoes and tomatillos are taller than I am. This is Wayne's little piece of heaven back here. He works with these plants. He takes care of mine too, but he really takes care of his. Look at this, guys. This blows my mind. Just from 1 week, you can look back at last week's video. of how crazy this Cushaw has went. It's mind-blowing to me how quick this has grown. I love it though. I love when the winter squash just take over a whole section. It just makes me happy. Something about it just kind of reminds me of like a fairy tale or something. The carrots, goodness, look at this, guys. They are just loud and proud. Loud and proud. We've been getting quite a few sweet peppers here and there. We've been making veggie stir fry at least a couple days a week, and it is so good and so good for you, using all of our homegrown veggies. Here we pulled all the lettuce, we amended the bed, and we planted okra, and we planted a trellis between it, or we put a trellis between it so we could kind of anchor it to it if it got too tall. And I think I planted like 5 or 6 on each side, something like that. And it is seeds that we saved, so we'll see how that does. I believe it is the burgundy okra that we planted here. Anyways, I want to get back up here and show you when we look back at the garden how gorgeous it is. And I'm just so excited. We're already getting food in, and that makes me so happy. Look at those beautiful lilies. We're gonna get up here and do this angle this time because this just blows my mind, guys, how gorgeous it is. All right, friends. Thank you for stopping back by our homestead. Please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye. Oh, P.S. Our mystery plant does have some babies on them.